What's going on, guys? I'm giving you guys the top 5 best loadouts for ranked play, and we are going to get right into it. All I ask is that you guys comment ranked play for the algorithm. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm going to pick one of you guys to give a $10 code to. Really that easy, but we're going to start out with the TAC 56. So 17.5 Tundra Pro Barrel. Make sure you guys have this on there or you're basically going to be in really bad shape. It's for damage range, hip fire accuracy, and bullet velocity at the cost of some aim down sight speed and hip recoil control, which doesn't really matter. We're going to move on to the FSS SHARKFIN though. The FSS SHARKFIN 90 is amazing for aiming out stability, and I feel like a lot of people are going to choose this over a muzzle just because it honestly gets the job done. Now I'll give you an alternative, but this setup is the best one. So 5.56 high velocity for bullet velocity at the cost of some damage range. You're not going to notice a damage range decrease, especially with this on there. Put on the demo clean shot grip for sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed at the cost of some recoil control, and last but not least the TV Cardinal stock for aim down sight speed and sprint speed at the cost of some aiming stability. Now, like I said, I'm going to give you guys an alternative, but I want you guys to check this out first. I haven't played Call of Duty in about 2 days, but I'm going to show you just how easy this thing is to use. Incredibly easy, and I haven't played in like 2 days. So just to show you guys, the recoil is super low, super easy to use, super high damage. I mean, I don't really know what else to really say about that. It's basically perfect. Now, if I took that off, say we took off the FSS SHARKFIN, we put on a different muzzle. We can put on, say, the Dark KX30. I actually really like this as an alternative. And also, we can change this and put on the TV X-Line Pro. This actually does a great job, too, and I'm going to tell you the benefits of these as well. But just show you guys how good this is. It basically feels the same, like a super low recoil. And I mean, this has muzzle flash concealment and recoil stabilization at the cost of some aim down sight speed and aiming stability. But here's the thing, TV X-Line Pro helps with crouch movement speed, sprint speed, and aim down sight speed, so it basically cancels it out. You get a decline of recoil control, so basically the pro is you get muzzle flash concealment and some more recoil. So either choice, whatever you want to use is completely up to you, and it will work well either way. Next, we're going to move on to the Vaznev 9K just because, I mean, people really need a good Vaznev setup. And in case you don't have this god tier setup, this is the one. Spiral V 3.5 flash hider for muzzle flash concealment and recoil steadiness at the cost of some aim down sight speed and aiming stability. Move on to the FSS SHARKFIN for the aiming out stability with no cons. Trust me, this is the one you want to have. Now here's the thing, if you guys want to use the Edge 47 grip or Commando or FTAC Ripper, the downsides of the aim down sight speed actually isn't that bad, so it's up to you. But I feel like you might as well have something that gives you no cons in the first place. Next, we're going to move on to the TRUE-TAC grip for sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed at the cost of some recoil control, which you're not even going to notice. And last but not least, the broadside FCT for aiming stability, crouch movement speed, aim down sight speed, and sprint speed at the cost of some aim walking speed and recoil control, which you're not even going to notice. I feel like this is the best setup overall. Now, once again, I haven't played Call of Duty in a few days, but just to show you guys how easy this is, it's honestly such an amazing weapon to use. Downside is long range is going to be super hard to use just because, in my opinion, you know, it's going to take way too many bullets. You might as well have a long range AR, get the job done, but short range, you do a fantastic job. If you have the gun completely reloaded and you just burst fire, you'll do fine. But keep it short, keep it medium, and you'll do a great job. Now, I actually will show you guys one more alternative, because some people want to use the Iversat stock instead of the broadside FCT, so you'll get more recoil control. You'll have some aim walking speed and sprint speed instead of aiming stability, crouch movement speed, aim down sight speed, and sprint speed. So put that on there. And if you guys want to actually use, like I said, the FTAC Ripper for whatever reason, feel free to use that. Throw this on there, and here's the outcome. I think it feels just about the same. And then the long range, I feel like it's pretty good. You're still gonna have to burst fire regardless. So I mean, whichever one you want to choose, you're still gonna have to deal with that in the first place. So in my opinion, I just feel like the FSS SHARKFIN and the broadside FCT is the best choice overall for the Vaznev. We're gonna move on to the VEL 46. This is my baby right here. I love using it. We're going to put on the Edge 47 grip for aiming out stability and recoil stabilization at the cost of some aim down sight speed. Do not use any other grip on the barrel. It's just not worth it. In my opinion, this is the best one overall. 30 round mag for movement speed, aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, and reload quickness at the cost of some magazine ammo capacity. Instead of 40, you're going to have 30, but you're going to have ridiculously fast aim down sight speed. And the TTK is amazing. So in my opinion, you should use that SCHLAGER soldier grip for sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed at the cost of some recoil control, which does not really matter because it already has extremely low recoil. And then Demo RXT stock for crouch movement speed, sprint speed, and aim down sight speed, once again at the cost of some recoil control. Here's the outcome, and this is honestly amazing. I don't really suggest another alternative. There is the collapse version, and in my opinion, the collapse version of this It's cool, but I just don't think it's worth it. I feel like you're just gonna be wasting it if you throw on the collapse, because you get a little bit more benefit, but at the same time, like movement wise, but the benefit comes with the cons of more recoil. So just show you guys the benefit versus the con. I mean, you go a little bit faster, your recoil, I mean, ADS a little bit quicker, but you see how much recoil you actually got? You get so much more recoil that I don't even think the trade-off is worth it. You will still get kills every now and then, but I just don't think it's gonna be efficient for a competitive setting. Next, we're going to move on to the PDSW. PDSW is actually an amazing weapon. I don't know why people like using it as an SMG, but I mean, if you want to use it, this is the setup for it. So, PDSW with XTEN Razor Comp for horizontal and vertical recoil control at the cost of some aim down sight speed and aiming stability. Put on the FTAC Series 9, 14.5 inches for damage range, hip fire accuracy, movement speed, and bullet velocity at the cost of some hip recoil control, aim down sight speed, and recoil control. Put on the SLIMLINE Pro if you want a sight. If you don't want a sight, you can use literally anything else. But CQB stock for crouch movement speed, sprint speed, and aim down sight speed to cause some recoil control. TUNDRA home for sprint to fire speed, aim down sight speed at the cost of some aiming stability and aim walking speed. Here's the outcome in this thing is actually pretty decent. In my opinion, I wouldn't use it as an SMG. You know, it would not be my meta choice for SMG. It would most likely be either a Vaznev or the MP7. But to each their own. And like I said, if you didn't want to use a SLIMLINE, you can use something like the STIP 40 grip, and you would just have pretty good recoil control with the iron sight. I don't feel like testing that. That's not really my avenue. So if you want to try that out, feel free, but that would be the good alternative. And last thing I want to show you guys is actually XPX80. I still think this is actually the best sniper overall to use in ranked play. I don't really suggest another sniper. It's just not going to be in your best interest. This is actually fantastic. So all you're going to put on there is the max DMR precision for aiming stability, crouch movement speed, and aim down sight speed at the cost of aim walking speed, sprint speed, and recoil control. The SCHLAGER match grip for sprint to fire speed, aim down sight speed, and recoil control. And the FSS ST87 bolt for rechambering speed at the cost of some rechambering accuracy. And it's the other way around if you want that. I feel like you want the faster one, but if you want this one, you can use it. I'll show you both. So here's the first one. This is why I feel like the speed is more important. It's very easy to use. In fact, I'll do it again just to show you guys. We're going to get the reload off. And if I do miss one, then I guess I'm going to look silly. But, oh, there's a hit marker. But yeah, in my opinion, I feel like it's much worth it to have that versus a lock bolt. Here's a lock bolt. I feel like both versions are good too, but you see how slow that is? All that time you have to actually wait. I mean, it does basically center it pretty well, but either one you want to use, completely up to you. Now I'm going to give you guys the secondary build and everything else you should run, because someone said in the previous video I should focus on everything, not just the primary guns. For every secondary, if you're not going to use a knife, just use the X12 with XRK Luck 9 for movement speed and aim down sight speed at the cost of bullet velocity and recoil control. Now if you want bullet velocity and recoil control, then feel free to use the other version, but it already does enough damage as it is. Cronin Lima 6 for the rear grip for pistol fast draw, sprint to fire speed, and aim down sight speed to cause some recoil control. Very easy to use this gun. In fact, I'll show you how it actually works. Just gonna, as you guys see, you don't have to worry about the recoil control. It already has low recoil. Make sure you're using a stun. I mean, it already is mandatory. Don't use a frag unless you're playing search and destroy. You're gonna pre-nade. Use a Semtex. I mean, unless you know nade spots and like say hard point control, then don't even worry about that. Use a Semtex. What I use is double time and bomb squad. I mean, I have battle hardened and bomb squad as well if I'm playing OBJ. So if I'm playing hard point, I'll use battle hardened and bomb squad and just sitting there that way. Even if I get naded and stunned, I'm still ready for the fight and I'm already ADSing. But this is the best choice overall. I mean, aside from that, you can use battle hardened and double time if say you're roaming around and you just feel like you may get stunned in the result of it. But in my opinion, I think bomb squad's the best choice. Dead silence is king if you're roaming. Trophy system if you're holding a hill.